Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand or 10,000 Kenyan shillings or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. Thank you for joining us on this Friday, November the 8th. Ladies and gentlemen, November the 8th. I'm glad you are here. Made it to, I guess, the end of the week. And, we still got more things to talk about here with the political landscape in Black America. More Shills are crashing out. Shills are trying to make U-turns now. Because they realize that, man, I'm out here by myself now. Let me see if I can go it on and try to mosey my way back to the rest of the Black community. Because see, Kamala Harris, she didn't went home with her Indian and white family. You understand? And she ain't worrying about y'all. She ain't Black no more. she going home to make them bathtub collard greens that she like to make. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't worried about none of y'all. So now y'all want to try to come back over here. We're gonna talk about that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get to everything, just chit-chatting a little bit. So interesting thing I was told today. So I went to Bass Pro Shops today. Actually for the first time, Bass Pro Shops. I've always passed by it on the Beltway, but I never really been into that particular store. I had to go in there today for a reason. And while I was waiting, I was talking to one of the employees, upstairs, by the area where all the, you got your knives, your guns, your bow and arrows, you got all that stuff up there. And while I was talking to the guys at the counter, you know, I don't know how the election came up, but he was saying, I said, y'all been busy lately? And that's why I asked him, y'all been busy? And he say, oh yeah, election night, we were busy. I said, really? I said, what happened? Well, why would y'all be busy on election night? He said, man, they had so many people coming here and buy guns election night. I said, really? He said, yeah, man. He said, that was crazy how many people came in here and bought guns election night. I said, what were they preparing for? He like, he said, it beats me. He said, but we made a lot of money selling guns election night. I like, man, so them folks are ready for somebody to act a fool with them. They went in there buying a bunch of guns at Bass Pro Shop. You know, sometimes, like you say, you move around, you find out information sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. You find out, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that was Veronica. That's how I was in my mind, like, huh? While we sitting at home watching the news, we streaming election night, them folks was over there buying up all the guns at Bass Pro Shop and buying ammo. But you know, hey, look, let me tell y'all something. That culture means everything. We ain't talking about color, we talking about culture, okay? And one thing about people's culture, they don't get away from it. You understand? Black Americans have a culture that we don't get away from no matter where we at. And them folks got a culture, no matter where they at, they don't get away from. I'm telling you, from America, I've seen them in South Africa. I've dealt with other Europeans and other countries I've traveled to. And I'm telling you, no matter where they at, they have the same culture. So that culture of theirs, ready just to enact some violence, that culture, it don't change no matter where they go. They can't get along with people no matter where they at. If they not on top, they're trying to create calamity so they can get back on top. That's what's going on in South Africa right now. The biggest mistake Black South Africans made was allowing the DA, Democratic Alliance, interesting name, right? Them into their government. The biggest mistake they made. I say, man, they about to put y'all behind back in apartheid. Then I think Renell Way and them covered it. They got this bill where they trying to remove Afrikaans, their language, out of the schools or whatever. They had a protest. They all wore orange, right? Why would you say, who cares to wear orange? Well, orange is one of the colors of the apartheid flag. You understand what I'm saying? So no matter where they at, they do the same thing. That's why I say culture is everything. People need to understand class and culture. Class and culture, not color, class and culture. Because even in the Black community, we have a class issue in our community too that we don't talk about, that we don't even address. Class is a big thing in our community. Prime example, we say boule, but that's just the upper echelon class in our community. And most of the upper echelon class is going to be the enemy of those that's working class, right? So we need to start having more of those class conversations. And listen, and it was a white gentleman that told me that. We were just having conversation. He was just kind of shocked how many went in there and bought guns. He was shocked, right? So, yeah, but hey, let them do them. I look, let them do them. You know, that's why I say I worry about our people. But I always say you live around, but watch, listen, learn. You should do more watching, more listening, and less speaking, right? That's why God gave you 2 eyes and 2 ears. Use that a lot more than his mouth. But the problem with a lot of people is they use his mouth a lot more than their ears and their eyes. And that's why you get in a lot of trouble. But all right. Yeah, I seen in Chicago, some of them folks are protesting, mad about Trump getting in office and all that. Listen, not worried about that. It is what it is, right? I told people a long time ago, I don't protest. I'm over protesting. No, I'm about action. If we're gonna do some action, let me know when that's going on. Protesting, that's a waste of time. I mean, yeah, people hear you and see you, but I always say with money, that's the best protest ever. You can fight with money. You can boycott your money. Money is the ultimate fighter you got, especially as black people, much we spend. But anyway, yeah. So also, ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all know, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen some new faces come in as of recent. There's one sister that came in, Vuyo, Sister Vuyo, out of South Africa. She's a journalist. She's came in now. We got two people that we just was coming into the platform. One brother and one sister out of Nigeria. And they're going to be covering Nigerian news and things in West Africa, because we didn't have a presence in, West Africa. So we felt Nigeria would have been the best place to do it. Both of them are good at what they do. I've definitely, they some good they good people all the way around. And I think y'all going to enjoy their reports. The one brother, Brother Victor, and Effie is the other sister. What she like people call her Effie, but I think her name is Effananya. That's her name, but Effie is what she's going to be called. So hey, we appreciate everybody new coming in 2025. We will hopefully get some more people in. Bringing some Caribbean people in and get some black people from Latin America. We're trying to finish off the goal what we're trying to do. But I'm making sure to bring in journalists, and it makes a difference. I notice when they putting these stories together. So all right. Yeah, man, talking about Nigeria. Oh, I seen some interesting stories out of Nigeria, and for a while I've been watching Nigeria, and I say, man, they got some drama in Nigeria. Like, what is going on? It's like crazy things be happening in Nigeria. Like, it is crazy. So I'm like, yeah, it's all them reports we were missing, but that's okay. Now we got two people out of Nigeria. Now we got them. All right. So let's go on and get to, let's see here. What we going to get to tonight? Well, hey, in honor of Vice President Kamala Harris, let's go on and put on y'all favorite lady real quick. Hold on. Y'all know y'all love this lady, so let's go on and let her cook for a minute, so.
Trump from our bottom of the heart, because we know Trump is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media. How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world.
All right, that's the little lady there. She was cooking Kamala, and who she voted for. So yeah, ever since Trump been elected, man, it's interesting things been happening. Have y'all seen that? He haven't even been in office yet. Like Hamas was like, hey man, yeah. So what's up with that ceasefire? Because I kind of want to go it on and do that. The Houthis out there in Lebanon say, yeah, we were just kind of, we were blocking the ship traffic, and we were trying to, but hey man, look, we just want to chill, man. We want to chill. It's not even a problem, man. So now everybody want to come to the table. Everybody want to talk now. Putin now and saying, hey, yeah, I'm ready to sit down with Zelensky, and Trump get in, and let's see how we can, come to a deal, come to arrangement. I'm like, wow, that is crazy to me that all these people are now want to chill their nerves because they see Trump coming in. So that lets you know that, one, they respect him. That's number one. They respect the hell out of him. Number two, if Kamala would have got in there, we would have been in World War III. It lets you know these people did not respect Biden and Kamala at all. I mean, even just him winning, they're sitting up there trying to say, hey, we need to clean this up with Trump about to come in here. That's crazy. But the good thing is about Trump, and I say that about him, people know he's crazy. So because he's crazy, you don't know what he gonna do. And I always tell people that's the best way to be, is be unpredictable. Nobody know what can case you. What are you gonna do? How you gonna move? how you actually thinking. See, like a politician like Biden, Kamala, you already know what they're going to do before they get in there. You know what I'm saying? But Trump, you don't know what he's going to do. And people knew, and because he was in there the first time, they said, man, nah, I ain't trying to have a problem with dude. I already know. Even China, have y'all seen China lately? China too. We're like, hey, you know, we want to coexist with the United States. We want to just be at peace. All during the Biden presidency, China was acting a fool with him. But now since Trump coming back, everybody want to be cool now. That's just crazy. That is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's a good thing. Like, do you really want our tax dollars going to some freaking wars? You know what I'm saying? So America made the right choice. Definitely made the right choice. And let me go ahead on and let's get started. Let's get started because we got a little bit to talk about tonight. A little bit, yeah. Kamala and Joe were weak sauce. Weak. That's exactly what they were. Weak. And the reason why we got in this problem is because of the wrong voting. You know, the Democrats played the game very well during George Floyd, and that's how they got elected. Because black people turnout to vote was extremely high. You know what I'm saying? But black people, thank God, a lot of black people learned their lesson. Thank God. And you didn't make that same mistake twice. You know, a lot of you voted more, or, you know, this time on the other side, a lot of you sat it out. A lot of you did sit it out. That's what people not talking about. A lot of you did sit it out. So that's good. All right. So in line of the fallout, 'cause, you know, we had a lot of fallout. Now you got this one sister here just losing her mind about Kamala. And we want to go ahead and play that. And then we'll go through that. And then we're also going to go to Nicole Hannah Jones, one of the Shills that wants to make a U-turn all of a sudden. And we seeing all the Shills be quiet. We're not being cussed out anymore. You know, I'm not being called names every 5 minutes like I were during this campaign and everything for her, right? But at the end of the day, who was right? It was us here. We were right. So let's go ahead on and kick this up, because boy, this Lord Jesus, see,
I really do not like crying on the internet, but I'm not even about to pretend like this that I'm finna be embarrassed about, bro. Like, I ain't never been so devastated behind an election. And it's just like, when you a black woman surrounded by black men and they say all this like, oh, he's not that bad, and oh, he just hates everyone, bro. Like, it was my brother homeboy I was talking to the other day, a black man, and I found out that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he does not like you. And he was like, oh no, he just don't like everybody. What? So that's a good candidate for you? Someone who just hates everybody? Like, what? And I'm crying in my room this morning. My brother gonna come up in here and say, what's wrong with you? Like, he can't think of one possible reason why I would be upset right now, bro. These are they live on another planet. And it's because none of this affects men. That's why. Men don't give up about nothing that don't directly affect them. If it does not directly affect men, they do not give up. Them hating women is the whole reason he got elected in the first place. The first time he got elected, he ran up against a woman. Second time, he ran up against a man, and it wasn't even a good candidate, and he lost. He ran up against a woman again, and he won, because y'all just hate women. That's all it is. We couldn't even get a white lady in office. Of course, they wouldn't go vote for no black lady. And it's like, people just, either people don't give up, or they're genuinely not grasping how this is. And it's just like somebody commented on my last video when I was like, in the club, we all crying, talking about, oh, y'all are so dramatic. Dramatic? This is dramatic? Like, this is an extreme underreaction. Dramatic will be marching down to that White House and burning that down. That's dramatic. You don't want to see dramatic. This is nothing. We're literally doomed for the next 4 years at the very least.
All right. So toward the end, she should be careful about that, what she just said. But let's start it back over. A few things I want to get into with this young lady here.
I really do not like crying on the internet, but I'm not even about to pretend like this that I'm finna be embarrassed about, bro. Like, I ain't never been so devastated behind an election. And it's just like, when you a black woman surrounded by black men and they say all this like, oh, he's not that bad, and oh, he just hates everyone, bro. Like, it was my brother homeboy I was talking to the other day, a black man, and I found out that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he does not like you. And he was like, oh no, he just don't like everybody. What? So that's a good candidate for you?
Okay. Let me say something to get on my nerves. Young ladies, today, will you retire the word bro out your vocabulary, please? You're not a man. I will even say to young men, or older men, whatever, if a woman's saying the word bro all the time, that woman is masculine. You like, no, don't say that word. Don't say that word. That word is annoying to me. Bro. Like, come on, All right, bruh, no. All right. So what she don't understand about men, and you talking about black men in particular, this is the reason why a lot of men, I'm going to be real, a lot of men, and even some women didn't want to see her as the president, or Hillary Clinton either. They feel like, no, I don't see no woman in that position. No, Lord. Let me tell you why. Emotionalism, being emotional. How many times do women, just what women do, they become emotional and they make rash decisions out of emotion? A lot of them do. And when you have a country you're running, you can't make a rash decision out of emotion. You just can't do that. You can't say, oh, well, I'm going to make you feel like I feel. Can't do that. You have to think very logical, right? There are some women that will, it has been proven, break up their whole family for their happiness. Now, that's not the logical thing to do. And then they get out there in the streets and find out that wasn't the thing to do, and now they're regretting it and hopefully trying to get their family back. But that's usually out of emotion, not logic. We need people in the helm that's logical and that's going to think, is not moved by emotion, not crying about something. See, as men, number one, we learned as a little boy, nobody cares about our tears. As men, we learn as little boys, is always consequences to our actions as men. Always. The consequences could be the threat of violence, jail. Men are collectively shamed in society. Men are shamed. Now, today, you have a lot of women that do things that they should be shamed for, and they're not shamed for. But men know that even with the state, no matter what we do, we held responsible. Men, if they don't take care of their families, well, what do society say? That's a sorry man. He lazy. He don't do this. He don't do that. If a man goes through a divorce, a man is the one that suffers in a divorce. He's the one that's going to be put on spousal support. He's the one going to be paying the child support. Men are held to an account by society and the state. So certain things we can't react on because of accountability purposes versus, let's say, a woman, if she lays down with a guy, has a child, and it was reckless, she's not punished by the state. She can go and say, oh, it's one night stand, I was drunk, and I don't even know who the dad is. And they will still give her WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, for those who live outside the United States. It's a program that they'll give them milk, eggs, cheese, baby formula, all that for free. They can get assistance and all kind of things. They're not held to an account like a man. If a man go make a child, he can't just say, yeah, I was drunk and I slept with her and got her pregnant. No, they say, you paying this child support, sir. And if you don't pay it, you going to jail. Once again, men are always held to an account for everything that we do by the state and by the overall general society. This is throughout the world, okay? Because men, by the Lord, have naturally been anointed to lead. And when you lead, there's more scrutiny on you, right? This is why men has been called to be what? Providers, protectors, leaders. That's what men are supposed to do by nature, period. It's the man's job. And that's what people don't understand. How so many women voted against her and Hillary? Because take away the Kamala thing. Look at Hillary. Hillary was a white woman, and they still didn't vote for Hillary either. So you had a white one, like she said, and this one. I ain't say she's black, but you got this one. And they still didn't vote for now one of them. Even women. White women didn't even go vote for the white woman. Why? Because they feel that the woman can't be in that position either. We got to just go ahead on and be real about it. They say, oh, these people are misogynists. Okay, well, what you call women then? What do you call all those women that voted against her too? Both of them, Hillary or Kamala. We got to be real in this conversation. Okay? Now, because of all this situation with men, because we can't respond in emotional responses. You understand? Now let's get to why he said, okay, he don't like nobody with a nonchalant attitude. Because as men, we understand it's about getting jobs done and the bottom line. It's not about if somebody like you or not. Who cares? Bottom line is I may have to deal with a dude that don't like me as long as he respect me. That's it. He could be a doggone racist. He could be whatever he is. Long as he don't put his hand on me, long as he don't disrespect me as a man, we can be cool. I deal with him how I got to deal with him, and that's the end of it. Because on our jobs, as men, we work with men who don't like us as black men. We know they don't like us, but we still got to work with these people. And it's not just one group. It's all these different groups that don't like black men on the job, trying to snitch us out and get us fired and all kind of things like that, right? We can't go with emotion. We got to be very calculated how we move. And if we got a good job, right, paying us real good benefits, etc., okay, you got a supervisor that don't like you, right? Are you going to quit that job because he don't like you? No, men are not going to quit no job because we got women at home to take care of. We got children. We got to provide for the bills, car notes. We got to keep insurance going on our families. We can't be getting emotional. He don't like me, and I'm just going to storm off and quit because he doesn't like me. That's not an option for men. So when you say, well, he doesn't even like you, it don't matter if he like us or not. All we care about is what he gonna do. That's it. And that's what some of you ladies got to understand. We don't live in an area of emotion as men. That's not what we do. Men, period. It don't matter what culture they come from. If this dude can't stand out behind, well, he said this about verifying people. I don't care what he said. Is he going to help put some money in my back pocket and in my family's back pocket? If he's doing that, I can care less what he do. Long as he don't come touch me and he don't touch my family. Anybody I care about, long as he don't do nothing like that, I'm good. That's why a lot of black men had no problem voting for Trump. And and being real, what did Trump do in his presidency to hurt black people? What did he actually do? He didn't do anything. He didn't do crap. The two people you got in the White House right now, they harm black people. Trump didn't put in no new laws on black people to harm our community. Shoot, Trump was up there. They did do the First Step Act and get some black people out of jail. Your girl Angela Stanton King, that's how she got out. The First Step Act. Kwame Kilpatrick, former mayor of Detroit, he got out. A lot of people was getting out of jail. So what are y'all? It's just silliness. It's silliness. And I don't know if y'all heard about that. So your boy Eric Adams in New York Mayor Eric Adams, he called Trump and congratulated him. They say him and Trump had a phone call today. So I think today or yesterday. So you never know. He probably was trying to say, hey man, look, you already know what they doing to me. Look, because he already felt bad that would have happened to Eric Adams anyway, right? So let's see if them cases go away on Eric Adams. But let's continue.
Who just hates everybody? Like what? And I'm crying in my room this morning. My brother gonna come up in here and say, "What's wrong with you?" Like he can't think of one possible reason why I would be upset right now, bro. These are they live on another planet, and it's because none of this affects men. That's why men don't give up about nothing that don't directly affect them. If it does not directly affect men, they do not give up. Them hating women is the whole reason he got elected in the first place.
Okay. If Donald Trump hates women, he just made a woman his chief of staff. A woman, right? If you look at it, he got a lot of women around him. So if he really hated women, then why you see all the women around Trump? There's a lot of them. You see men too, there's a lot of women. Men don't hate women. Look, it's not in our DNA to hate women, because men are attracted to women. Okay, it is in our DNA to be attracted to women. Now, if you got something else going on, that's not even referring to those people. When we're talking about our traditional men, they're attracted to women. Men don't hate women. They can't. They really can't. They can't stay away from women. Because if men stayed away from women, then why they spend so much money looking a certain way? They spend billions of dollars looking a certain way, getting surgery and doing all kind of other things they're doing, right? They say they do it for themselves, but no, their whole self-esteem is predicated to if they're getting attention or not, because that's their currency. Just like men, our currency is provision and our money and what we do. And our self-esteem is attached to that too. You have a man that got money, his self-esteem will be extremely high. A man is broke, his self-esteem is really not that high. That's like a woman. If people view her as beautiful, her self-esteem will be extremely through the roof. If people view her as ugly, her self-esteem is going to be low. Listen, you may not agree with it, but that's just nature. That's reality I'm talking about. You can argue, you could twist, but at the end of the day, nature is nature. Things are set up the way they set up. Okay? It just bottom line. So no, men don't hate women. Even the men that you may hear on social media that's doing all this talking, they could be saying bad things about women. Let a woman come up to them tomorrow, okay? And they fall in love with this woman. This woman love everything about them, and they can't get enough of this woman. This dude will shut that mess down tomorrow. I know men. Men will sit up here and talk all kind of crap, and then tomorrow that'll be shut right up with a woman that came in their face. I know men. Men will sit up here and talk about how a woman look. Oh, she ugly. She this and that and the third. And he'll go lay up with that same ugly woman. That's why I say don't listen to men when they talk about women. I never take men seriously when they talking down about women. Talking about women weight. Talking about women's kids, single mothers. And these dudes will go lay up with a single mother. Them same dudes on the internet. That's why I don't take, listen, I'm telling you as a man, don't take none of them dudes seriously that talk like that online. Don't take none of them seriously. Because in their real life, they are not going to live like that. And just call it what it is. Okay? Now, the crying, being emotional about an election, elections come and go. You lost. Try again. That's the way it works. And men do not view, think about it, what Kamala Harris is promoting. Nothing Kamala Harris promoted had nothing to do with the safety and security of our bank accounts or America. Think about what she's promoting, what she was promoting. Abortions. Think about that. That's what she was promoting. She was out here promoting immigration. That messes with the security of this country. You can't let a bunch of people just flood this country like that. That's a national security threat. And you're not vetting people? Then you're talking about LGBT. Then you're talking about all the trans stuff and a kid want to be trans, then they parents shouldn't have to know. And if they want to change their gender, then and if the parent get involved, we could hold them accountable, like child abuse. Like listen, this is what the Democrats were promoting. You had people who are Democrats that say, okay. Enough's enough. A lot of people said that about this current group of Democrats that say y'all went too far. Enough's enough. We need to turn this back with some normalcy, okay? We need to. So you say, oh well, she's saying turn the page. Look, turn the page into what? I mean, because she and the Democrats was going to take this country to hell, literally to hell. Anything that was right and moral, the Democrats and Kamala Harris was going to go completely against the will of God and normalcy in traditional families. You understand what I'm saying? And that was a Democrats. Men are demonized. Men are just like the Jezebel spirit. And that's what that woman had anyway, a Jezebel spirit. And one thing Jezebel hated was men. On top of her whoredom, but she hated men. And that party, as of this iteration, hates men. When you're sitting up here having this hatred for men, that's not going to work. Because one thing men going to do, men going to mobilize, and it's in men to protect society. And a lot of men, it didn't matter what race, view the Democrat Party as a collective threat to society. So you had a lot of white men and Hispanic men, black men, Asian men. They say, hey, man, we can't let this happen because this is a society that we all living in as men. And because we want to protect our women, our children, we need to do something about this. And that's really what happened. You understand? All this crashing out y'all doing and all upset and all of that. Look, even as men, we know, you be all right. You get over it. You know, go ahead, cry, complain for us. You be all right. You live. And that's really what it is. We'll let you get it out. We know. We're used to it. It's like, okay. All right, we got you. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's just really what it is. But when it comes to running a country like that, no. That group, no. Let's finish this off.
First time he got elected, he ran up against a woman. Second time he ran up against a man, and it wasn't even a good candidate, and he lost. He ran up against a woman again, and he won, because y'all just hate women. That's all it is. We couldn't even get a white lady in office. Of course, they wouldn't go vote for no black lady. And it's like people just, either people don't give up or they're genuinely not grasping how this is. And it's just like somebody commented on my last video when I was like in the club, we all crying, talking about, oh, y'all are so dramatic. Dramatic? This is dramatic? Like, this is an extreme underreaction. Dramatic will be marching down to that fucking house and burning that down. That's dramatic. You don't want to see dramatic. This is nothing. We're literally doomed for the next 4 years at the very least.
Okay, and see, once again, in the midst of her emotional tirade, she potentially committed a crime. Do you realize that? In the midst of her emotional tirade, once again, do you want a woman that emotional like that having a nuclear button? Because she's emotional today? She's emotional and not thinking that what she just said, she could actually be held liable for as a crime, making a threat. She didn't realize that toward the end of the video? That's what I'm talking about. In the midst of their emotionalism, they say things and do things, and they're like, oh, I didn't know I did this. That's what some people are talking about right there. Yeah, Lisa, yeah, she need to calm down, her and the rest of them. Now, let's get to somebody else real quick. You got that extreme where you having meltdowns, and then you having this come up. Let me put this up on the screen here. One of y'all favorite people here. Nicole Hannah-Jones. Say black folks and people of color are not the same. Just look at the election. For those wondering how so many Latino people could vote for Trump, they say the award-winning journalist just broke it down. Well, first of all, let me get there, okay? Before I go through this, and you talking about Latinos, the Latino culture is extremely traditional, and I mean extremely traditional. Okay, they are not for all that open LGBT. They're not for, talking about abortion. They for sure not for talking about no woman being over the men. Not that culture. Oh, no. If anybody know anything about Latino culture, you gonna know that much. That man run that household. It's not gonna be them women talking against them men and like all that stuff you see in our community, all that mouth. Not that culture. No, Lord. And that man could be working cutting grass He ain't got to make this big bag. He could be cutting grass. And he's respected in his house. Because he cutting grass, as long as he provides some food on the table, clothes on the back, a roof over their head, some cars to drive. It ain't got to be no Mercedes and BMW and all G-Wagons. And no. It could be a Ford or a Chevy. And that man is going to be respected. And those women are expected to listen to your husband. Follow. If your husband want to go move over here, you don't say nothing. You move with him. That's another thing you don't understand about that culture. That culture is extremely Catholic. Okay? Once again, learn other cultures. Catholic. Catholics don't believe in abortion. They don't. They don't even believe in birth control. They believe in being fruitful and multiplying. You understand? So why do you think that a lot of them was going to vote for her too, especially what she was promoting, LGBT? They don't rock with that. I'm not saying some of them not LGBT, but as the open promotion of that, they don't rock with that. I'm just letting you know. So let's get back here. All right. So they say here the nation's divided. One half of America is mourning while the other half is sleeping peacefully in victory after electing former President Donald Trump back in office. And although the black community showed up and out for Vice President Harris, most of the demographics attribute to 4 more years of Trump. All right. So they say in response to the questions and ongoing confusion from Harris supporters about what possibly went wrong, they said Nicole Hannah-Jones, author of the highly polarizing essay in the book 1619 Project, took to X to outline discrepancies. Said she contrasts the split vote within ethnic groups for Trump to be overwhelming 80% majority of black folks as against him. Hannah-Jones argued that the black community uniquely understand this nation and how awful it can get. It said from generational slavery to decades of Jim Crow, said black Americans have experienced that nobody else truly gets. It said, which is why she says we must stop lumping all non-white people into a single of color group. How many times have we said that? How many times that I have stopped people on this platform? And I think you heard me say that. When somebody say, people of color, I've interviewed people, and they said that to me, people of color, and I say, what do you mean by that? What does people of color mean? Because I take it as disrespectful. Every group of people have their own culture. Every group of people have their own racial category. So what do you mean by people of color? What is that? What do you mean by minorities? What is that? I don't know what that is. I tell them that every time. I am not no people of color. No. They are white and the rest of us people of color. Man, please. That's some racism in itself. No. I'm a black American. Okay? If you are Nigerian, if you are Kenyan, you Ghanaian, whatever you are, you your own group. If you're Mexican, if you're Colombian, if you're Japanese, Chinese, if you're East Indian, whatever you may be, you your own group. There's no such thing as no people of color. We are not in no coalition with each other. We're not. Every group believes in self-preservation. Black Americans, a lot of them want all, just because some other people may have the same skin color, they thinking we have the same mindset. No, they don't. Because a lot of these people want to be close proximity to whiteness. If they can be grafted into whiteness, that'd be even better, right? We're the only group of people that can never, no matter what we do, be grafted into whiteness. We never can. And we're the reason why we are the group that people will try to stay away from because of that. They feel that, hey, I got to go at FBAs to show the folks that I can be good with them. But even if you do that, the folks don't want you. They don't. But these other groups always got to learn the hard way. And the beautiful thing about now is this. Now, because even the Shills got a wake-up call, now the Shills, a lot of them will start going back off. Because they'll say, wait a minute, well, you voted against Kamala, so I'm not going to do nothing. When they were the crash test dummies defending all these other groups. So I'm glad that a lot of the Shills are starting to feel that way now. I'm glad the Shills are going back to Starbucks and McDonald's and anything else. I'm glad. Maybe next time you'll side with your community. So let's get back to Nicole Hannah-Jones here. So you say the term people of color is a dangerous one for black people. Oh, now it's dangerous. According to Howard University professor, because multiracial democracy in the United States is less than 60 years old, it always has been fragile. Okay. Now here, you know, it's interesting, right? So let's continue. Say according to the exit polls conducted by NBC, the Latin vote, they say it was basically split between Trump and Harris. They say with the MAGA president, they say collecting close to 60%. They say of, hold on, stop it. Latin men and 40% Latin women, despite Trump's anti-immigration language, partial construction of the southern border wall, and verbal commitment to mass deportation. Latin voters, they say, still flock to him, but Hannah-Jones said black folks shouldn't be surprised. Okay, let me see. Hareem says, why do black women in non-black cultures think that, that they own black men, like we got to do what they say or else? Because as black men, we never just said, no, that's not going to happen. That's number one. Two, a lot of black men have a simp gene, and I've talked about that many times before. Some black men, they don't know how to act unless they following underneath the skirt of a woman. But anyway, they say anti-blackness continues to be a powerful force in this country. Yeah, that's the culture of the country. Anti-blackness is deeply embedded in the Latino cultures as well. Yes, it is. Even if you are a darker skinned Latino, they don't like you either. We ain't talking about the black Latinos. We talking about the darker skinned ones like the Oaxacans, people like them. If you remember Nuri Martinez, let me finish this. I'll get to that. The interests of those who are part of a very large multiracial, multinational Latino category are not ever been necessarily aligned with those of black people. So Hannah-Jones emphasized, let's say, America's ability to elect the nation's first black president, but he wouldn't get elected now by this version of Black America. I'll tell you that much. They said immediately after being elected, an openly white racist man over the person who could have become the first woman president. Okay, they say it was naive to believe if Kamala Harris avoided discussing her race and gender, that she would nullify the liability of being a black woman. She wasn't a black woman. Seeking the presidency, Hannah-Jones wrote, let's say, on X. Okay, or that's something else. All right, cool. That's that. But if you remember Nuri Martinez, y'all remember Nuri Martinez, right? The former city council lady. Hold on, let me see if I can get her picture of Nuri Martinez so you can remember who she was. Hold on. Let me get up Nuri Martinez real quick so y'all can see who I'm talking about. There she go. Nuri Martinez. All right. This lady right here. Y'all remember this lady? Nuri Martinez. You remember her? And she and a couple of her other people was caught on audio. And she was talking about the little black boy, saying he was jumping around like a monkey. And she was also talking about the Oaxacan people. Now, the Oaxacans are Mexicans, but they are extremely dark, right? And they don't like the Oaxacan people and the black people. You have to understand that in Latin America, colorism is heavy in Latin America. So the whiter you are, the better you're treated. The darker you are, the worse you're treated. That's Latin America for you. So when some of these lighter skinned ones come over here, right, then they look at us and say, oh, well, shoot, man, I want to get in the proximity of whiteness. You remember LULAC, right? Well, they said a long time ago that, hey, we do not want to ally with them black people. They fight is their problem. They fought to be considered LULAC. They fought to be white. That's what they fought for. Because the U.S. government was going to give them their own category like we have our own category. And they fought, say, no, we don't want to be that. We don't want to be called Mexican. No, we are white. That's what LULAC wanted. That's their upper echelon in their society. That's what they wanted. So it don't matter what you think you are. Them folks will show you every single time. And me, I just sit back and I always laugh at it. I think it's funny. when them folks give any of these other groups a wake-up call. Then here they come to black people. Hey, do you see how they treated me? Yeah, I seen it. That's wrong. That's kind of like how they treat black people. No, it's not, because I ain't up in their face. I know I'm a black man. I'm not trying to get no proximity to them. I ain't trying to fool with them. Only thing they can give me is a dollar. That's the only thing they can give me, and leave me alone. Other than that, I'm good. I'm not trying to side with them because I know who they are. See, black Americans know them like the back of our hand. We know collectively we can't trust them. We know you can't make no agreement with them. They're gonna turn on you every single time. We know they don't honor their word. We know they're gonna be who they are. We know that. That's why we like, yeah, we cool. Matter of fact, it don't matter where we go as a people, they follow behind us. Like they can't stay away from us, no matter what we do, where we go, or whatever. When black Americans start talking about delineation, they had a problem with it too. You say those copper-colored people who were here before Columbus. Yeah, I know people get into that conversation. Like at this point, I don't care who. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't really care at this point. I always tell people we need to live for today, and see if we can fix today and for the future of our children. The past, we can learn from it. We cannot repeat, the mistakes of the past. But for us as a people, yeah, let's just fix what we can and just move forward. Now I will agree with Kamala on that. At least with black people, we have to continue to turn the page, right? Turn the page. There we go, Kamala. Turn the page. But these other groups, this is what Dr. John Henry Clark told us. He told us we have no friends. He said that. And the reason why I told y'all a long time ago, you would never get another Malcolm X. You would never get another Martin Luther King. You would never even get another Minister Farrakhan. You won't get that no more. You won't get another Elijah Muhammad. It won't happen. Because they have such a body of work of what they told us to do. Why should God send us a figure like that again? Just go and listen to what they said. People will tell you today that certain Malcolm X speeches is relevant in 2024. So if some of his speeches from back then is relevant in 2024, the problem is not that you need a figure like that. The issue is you just need to take the words that was already given to you by those great men that God sent to you, right, to speak to a stubborn and stiff-necked people, and apply what those brothers taught. Martin Luther King taught you that economic boycotts is the only way you get these people's attention. But you have been you're so non-disciplined, you can't last not even a week. And check this out. You had black folk boycotting Starbucks and McDonald's for other groups. But if we told you to boycott Starbucks and McDonald's for us, you wouldn't even do it, not even 2 days. Oh, man, I love my pumpkin latte, Phil. That's kind of hard, Phil. But you're talking about you're boycotting for Palestine. If they done something to black Americans, you have 1,000 excuses. Let's boycott McDonald's, man, Phil. I kind of like my hot cakes and sausages, man. I get that every morning before I go to work. Man, how I'm going to do that? Well, man, let's make some hot cakes and sausages at home. I feel I ain't got time for that. But for Palestine, you'll make them at home. Y'all got to get out of that. The same energy you put in other groups, put that in your own community. And then these other groups don't even respect you. That's the thing. I can understand these other groups respected you. Think about it. You fought for the Asian community. Do they respect you? You fought for the Hispanic community many times. Do they respect you? You fought for all the different immigrant groups that come in here, right? Oh, it's not right. They're being deported. Oh, don't do that to them. And none of these groups respect you. So what's the point? When you don't make people put skin in the game on something, they don't respect it. That's why God said, if you don't work, you don't eat. Why? Because if you give somebody just free stuff, they will never respect it. They will never, never, never respect it. You got to make people, okay, put skin in the game. Period. If you ally with an individual, that ally has to do for you too. Like when America has allies, that ally got to reciprocate. If it don't reciprocate, then it's not no allyship. These other groups of people sit up here and wait for black people to do something. Then here they come behind black people trying to get something or do whatever the case may be, but they want us on the front line. No, let these other groups be on the front line. Because when Trump and them start the mass deportations, oh yeah, it's coming. Oh, they're going to be crying to black people. Oh, yeah, you know, it's sad. Like, nah, my kid at home. My wife is good. A woman can say, my husband is good. Ain't worried about my husband getting picked up by ICE. I'm cool. Not my problem. And that's how black people got to be. Not my people, not my problem. Let's repeat that again. Not my people, not my problem. Let's repeat that again, everyone. Not my people, not my problem. That's how every other group act. They've shown you time and time again. When you wanted other people to assist you, you assisted them. They didn't assist you. So the perfect mantra is not my people, not my problem. We focus on what black people are doing and let's fix what we're doing, right? My personal opinion, I'll focus on black Americans and what we're doing. I'll do things with the diaspora and stuff like that. Of course, as a black person, if they not on code or they shucking and jiving, I don't want nothing to do with them. If they in the diaspora doing the same thing, I don't want nothing to do with them. But hey, if it's not my people, it's not my problem. And that's bottom line. I don't have to do nothing outside my people. That's how cold it is with us black folks. I don't have to do nothing outside of the black community if I don't want to. And I will tell you from personal experience, my whole everything has been with black people, with the diaspora, and we're doing just fine. You do not have to cross over. You don't have to do nothing. You can literally stay right in your community and build something. And black folks spend trillions of dollars or so every year. Then don't even talk about when you tap into the diaspora and then that part of it. That's why any business you have, you should try to take it globally, right? You tapping in a whole lot. You ain't got to be looking for nobody. Trust me, if your stuff is good or whatever you got going on, man, everybody gonna come look at it anyway. Cause we the cool kids in town anyway. We set the tone. We set the trend. We do that. So we didn't got to go chase nobody else. Mike C said, yes, indeed. Said it needs to be on a shirt. Yeah, but it just really what it is. Not my people, not my problem. And that's been what I've been on, especially this year. I said, oh no. And I'm gonna tell you when I first said that. When everybody was telling me about what's going on with Israel and Palestine, and they were like, okay, we're gonna talk about, we were discussing this. And our meetings and stuff like that. And I say, look, we're not discussing that. I said, the reason why we're not discussing it, first of all, we don't know enough. Second of all, why do I need to go look into that problem? It's not our issue. We got so many issues that we can discuss in our own communities. We can talk about what's in the diaspora. There's so much going on that's not even got a voice to it, right? The Lion and the Ox says, Phil, thank you for keeping it 100. Thirdliest, I guess he meant to say election. The best result, the Shills and celebrities lose. With Kamala, the propaganda dies with his loss. Now, not my people, not my problem. Is right. And these celebrities, I hope you lose money. All you black celebrities, Cardi B, Beyonce, Tyler Perry, all y'all, I hope you lose money. I hope people not support you no more for sticking your neck out for that woman. Y'all was silly. Y'all had viable businesses. You had a following. Why do that? And you know, it also hurt y'all because it showed that y'all don't have a pulse on nobody. Y'all showed that. But that's how we gonna take it, ladies and gentlemen. Not my people, not my problem. The only thing I'm focusing on is Black America and the diaspora. That's it. I'll talk about other groups of people if they doing something in relation to what we got going on. I'm not against nobody. If somebody is a true ally of a Black America or whatever, and they're individual, not groups, an individual, hey, I rock with them, whatever, if they're showing that they're a true ally. But I don't go with groups. No. It's just that one individual or those couple individual people. You understand? So that's what we do. No matter what happens in these 4 years, no matter what crying starts, no matter, because, listen, the Shills try to shame us. Listen, we impervious to shame. No matter they CNN run all these things that, oh, look, Trump is picking them up and they're crying and Trump ain't picking up my kid. I'm good. And that's how we got to be. Hey, Trump ain't messing with me. Because if Trump was targeting us for some reason, these other groups of people would be saying the same thing, like, sucks for them. He ain't worrying with me. That's exactly how they would be. So we have to be the same way. Listen, delineating means delineating from everything. Delineating your feelings, delineating your energy, delineating your emotions away from everybody and put that in your own community. Even the scriptures teach you don't cast your pearls before swine. And that's what you have done, Black America. You have cast your pearls before swine. South Africa, you too. You doing all this protest about Palestine. Palestine not coming to help y'all in South Africa with these boars. They not going to help y'all at all with the calamity these boars are trying to cause in South Africa. Y'all need to be worrying about South Africans. And that board problem y'all have, that DA problem, that Helen Zille problem, that John Steenhausen problem. That's what y'all should be focused on. Just as your brother in the diaspora, what I'm saying. Stop focusing on all these other things and let's get to fixing our own communities and our countries and whatever else we got going on. You say you did not know the Democrats were founded by the KKK, which explains the evil they did. Yeah, y'all need to study American history. Just do a little reading, or you can use ChatGPT to get like a summarized version. Start using ChatGPT a little more, Black folks. I use ChatGPT way more than I use Google. I love ChatGPT. I love it. Google gives you, go to ChatGPT. Use that. I'm telling you. You'll thank me later. Trust me, man. ChatGPT give you so much answers and thorough things. Man, I saved on my light bill because of ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT gave me the light companies that had the lowest kilowatt hour, and I switched because of ChatGPT. And they told me what the ones that had the highest kilowatt hour. I'm telling you, use ChatGPT. I'm telling you, you can do all that same research you're talking about. ChatGPT will help you. They will help you, ladies and gentlemen. But all right, everybody. I appreciate you joining us here on the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you join us tonight on the podcast, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and everything. Thank y'all for listening. Yeah, the Dixiecrats. But hey,